A nice mix, I guess. Well, film critic Josh Bell joins us now with the Bell Breakdown. Welcome, because you're usually on at 11:15. We were on a little late. There's the bell. Everything's a little late today.
Too, right?
A little delay. We've got two movies to talk about, so let's get right to it. Everyone loves Kevin Hart. They think he's really funny. Tiffany Haddish, pretty funny. So Night School, new movie out, is probably really funny?
You would think that that would be the case, and I think maybe people who love Kevin Hart and love Tiffany Haddish and want to just kind of see them do the same things that they've done before will find this movie funnier than I did. It's really more of a Kevin Hart movie than a Tiffany Haddish movie. He plays a very typical Kevin Hart character, kind of this fast-talking slickster who is hiding things going wrong in his life. And after he has a mishap at his job and is unemployed, he has to go back to school because he's a high school dropout and he's got to get his GED. So he goes to night school, and where the teacher is played by Tiffany Haddish. And of course, he's trying to scam his way through and not do the work, and she's got to come down hard on him. And we've got a whole cast of a lot of funny people, actually. Rob Riggle and Marilyn Rice-Cub and Romany Malco, who are playing his fellow students. But this movie is just kind of shapeless. It's too long. It's poorly structured. The jokes are kind of recycled in one note. And Tiffany Haddish, who is really good when she lets loose, is a lot of times playing the straight man here, kind of the stern teacher who's coming down on Kevin Hart. So I don't know if this is the best showcase for her talents. Honestly, this feels kind of almost like a Disney Channel sitcom with extra swearing.
It kind of, it's funny that you say that because it kind of looks like that too.
It does, yeah. Visually, this movie looks like they barely spent any money on it. It's got some really questionable effects bits in it, and it's just shot in a very ugly way. I feel like there's so many funny people in here who could be showcased in a much better manner than this movie that took somehow 6 people to write it gives them. It's disappointing, I think, if you like these people.
All right, so probably a no to that or a maybe.
Yeah, maybe wait for home video if you're a fan of Kevin Hart.
Okay, makes sense. All right, this is a movie called Smallfoot, and it's a kid-friendly animated movie, and those usually do well.
Yeah, I think this movie probably will do well, and I think if you have small kids, they'll like it.
Okay.
It's perfectly adequate to distract children for 90 minutes. The idea here is we've got a community of Yetis, and they live in this remote mountain village, and they believe that humans are myths like we believe about the Yetis. So they call us Smallfoot, and the one Yeti, the Dreamer, played by Channing Tatum, voiced by Channing Tatum, discovers a human being, a Smallfoot, and he goes on a quest to prove that Smallfoot is real. And so we got some messages about respect and tolerance and friendship. We got a bunch of songs that are really irritating and that are kind of knockoff versions of Disney songs. It looks pleasant. The characters are kind of cute and cuddly. And again, for small kids, I think it's fine. But it's not the kind of animated movie that's offering much to adults.
I don't know if I've ever heard you say cuddly.
I mean,
it's a new one.
They're Yetis. I feel like that's the right designation for them.
They are cute. When I was looking at it, I think that looks like an enjoyable movie. Do you enjoy going into animated movies?
I mean, if they're good movies, sure. I think there have been a lot of good Disney movies recently, and Pixar usually does a great job, and this is a tier below that.
Okay.
Definitely not as good as those.
Okay, that's the Bell Breakdown for this Friday. We'll see Josh back next week. Thanks you.
Thanks.
Before we go, here's a look at tonight's primetime line.